your eyes. And the greatest go. And the greatest Baba. And the greatest Baba go. Kulu. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you all once again from having declared the Memorandum of Understanding ceremony between Olabisi Onabanjo University Agoiwoye and of course our partner in progress, Nestle Nigeria PLC. Distinguished personalities at the high table here. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, the headman of this great university is another distinguished alumnus of this great university whom we are very proud of. I have no other person here than Professor Ayodeji Agbola, the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University. The Vice Chancellor of Dhaka. Thank you very much. Next to him there is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, another distinguished alumnus of this great university, Professor Olatutu Abosede Odenri. You are not clapping. I want effective clapping. Effective clap. Raise up your hand and clap. Thank you very much. Next to her there is another distinguished personality in this great university. Yes, I mean to say a distinguished alumnus of this great university again. So you are lucky to have distinguished alumni as your members of the management team of Olabisi Onabanjo University. Let me introduce to you the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya. You are not clapping. I want to get you clapping. Thank you very much. At the extreme right here is the Registrar and Secretary Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Mr. Femi Ogbomojo, another distinguished alumnus of this great university. You are not clapping. The program is between us and you today. Is that clear? Great to you eyes. Thank you very much. Let me equally introduce to you the next person to the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration there is the University Librarian, Professor Pentola Nike Olufade. You are not clapping. Thank you very much. Of course, the Chancellor of the Executive of this great university, who is the University Professor, will soon join us. I'm talking of any other person than Mr. Femi Shoun, FCA. Clap for him too. Thank you very much. Quickly, leading the delegation from Nestle Nigeria Limited today is the head of human resources, Mr. Shakiru Lawal. Please clap for him. Yeah? You are not clapping. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Mr. Shakiru Lawal is the country human resource manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC. Can you put your hands again together for him? Just like we have quality assurance director in our Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor Akindele Oscar, we currently have Mr. Rashid Sohunmi, the quality assurance manager of Nestle Nigeria PLC. Put your hands together. Thank you very much. We currently have Senior Talent Acquisition Partner of Nestle Nigeria PLC, Madam Rita Bando. Thank you very much for coming. We are not clapping. We only have in our midst another distinguished personality from Nestle Nigeria PLC. We have the Human Resource Service Specialist, Adewale Adeshite. Thank you very much. Also another talent specialist is Mr. Eniola Akonde. Put your hands together again. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I will not bother you again to delay the introduction, but it is very important for me to invite to the high table our distinguished deans of faculties here present. Let me quickly recognize the Dean Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Professor Arnold Adeji Agbola. Please come to the high table. Let me quickly invite the Dean Faculty of Science, Professor John Lowry, to the high table. And of course, the Dean Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences, Professor Musa Sholanke. Please come to the high table, sir. Thank you very much. Directors are very many here. I will continue to recognize you in due course. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me especially recognize the Director, Linkage and Partnership, who is behind today's program. I'm talking about another person, an Assistant Administrator, Professor J.S. Ashidi. You are not clapping for me. Thank you very much. Quickly, without wasting time, let me now invite the Director, linkage and partnership, Professor J.S. Ashidi, to step to the podium to give the welcome address. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. You are not clapping. Keep clapping until he gets to the podium. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration, the Registrar of our great university, the University Librarian, the University Bursar, the Deans of Faculties here present, the Human Resource Manager for Nestle Nigeria PLC, the Quality Assurance Manager for Nestle Nigeria, and other team of Nestle Nigeria here present, the directors of various academic units of the university, professors, and other academics there present, great OOUites. It affords me a great honor and privilege to stand here to welcome the team from Nestle Nigeria to this great occasion today, marking the beginning of illustrious journey and relationship between Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye, and Nestle Nigeria. There are underground discussions leading to this activity today. Started about a year and a half ago, but we give God the glory who made it a reality today, that the MOU signing ceremony to kickstart opportunities access to our students for internship, for COS, and other associated benefits. Besides that also, is to also be able to access equipment support from Nestle Nigeria that had been existing in the country for years. But be that as it may, we know that the organization has impacted our world nutritionally, and all over the space we see their products all over. But then the vision of the current administration to promote industrial academia partnership has actually brought them on board at this time. So we give God the glory, and also we want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor for really initiating this public academia engagement in order to facilitate adequate training of our graduates and increase employability, and not only that, to give hope even to our graduates in our society and our world today. Well, we have limited time for this activity today, as the Vice Chancellor's busy schedule will not allow for a lengthy kind of activity. So for this reason, I want to request that you join me to really welcome our guests into the university today, and trusting that we are going to have a very, very warm ceremony leading to the signing of the MOU today. Thank you very much.
I'm not clapping. For somebody to have given a welcome address without any shaking, you know what it means. Please put your hands again together for the Director of Partnership and Linkage in the Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much. Of course, let me keep you abreast of the fact that Professor Ashidi has been on this for long. About 2 weeks ago, we had signing of memorandum of understanding based on similar objectives. And about 2 weeks ago, he was outside this country negotiating for partnership and linkage with Olabisi Onabanjo University. Olabisi Onabanjo University, an international university. Is that not clear? Put your hands again together for this absolute administrator. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's now welcome the headman of this great university, the man that is behind the progress we'll be having, the development we'll be having in terms of quality of teaching and research in Olabisi Onabanjo University, in terms of improvement in academic environments, in terms of accommodation for our team in university students, and of course, in terms of research and grants for this great university, both locally and internationally. The man that is behind increasing the number of the expected and required courses offered in this great university, and of course, the intellectual entrepreneur that is behind the citizen scholarship that is flowing all over the university environment. Put your hands together as I welcome to the podium the Vice Chancellor of this great university, a distinguished alumnus of this great university, Professor Ayodeji Agboola. You are not clapping. You keep clapping until you get to the podium. Thank you very much. Welcome.
The principal officer of the university, our deans and directors, professors, members of Senate here present, other members of the university community here present, our partner in progress, led by the country human resources manager of Nestle Nigeria PLC, and all his entourage for today's occasion. Greatest Nigerian students. I have a popular song for you people. I wish I would start with today again. Àtìgbà táláyé ti dáyé, kò sọ́mọ òògùn tó ṣorí burúkú. Àtìgbà táláyé ti dáyé, kò sọ́mọ òògùn tó ṣorí burúkú. And I'm very sure yours will not be different by the grace of God. My dear colleagues and students, it's another opportunity for us to showcase what we have been doing in this university. The major objective of this administration is very clear. It's for us to be able to produce students at the end of their study, a graduates that will be employable, graduates that will be able to further their education, and the graduates that will be employer of labor. And for you to be able to achieve this, you need people that are going to employ you at the end of the day. You need those people that have been on ground for years to be able to partner with us to see what we are doing and be able to exchange ideas. I will not bore you with long speech. We've done one before with Casera Bosensor in Nigeria, the first in West Africa and the second company of that nation in Africa. Today, we are about entering another agreement with one of the leading companies in the world, and that is Nestle PLC. An initiative and we are able to enter into partnership and agreement with the University of Swansea and University of Central Lancashire in UK. This has been done that we encourage both our students and the staff to have exchange at the end of the day. My dear students, you are now having an opportunity to be able to earn a dual degree at the end of your program in this university. Such, we have done it such a way that you can earn a degree in OOU, also earn a degree from Swansea University, as well as University of Central Africa, without losing any year. So just spend 3 years here, and spend 1 year in any of those universities that I mentioned. You then earn the degree of OOU. You also earn the degree of that university in UK. All these are for you because we want you at the end to be able to work anywhere in the world, and for you to be able to further your education anywhere in the world, and to be an employer of labor. The philanthropies are also doing better and doing well for us. And they're also increasing the number of seating capacity that we are having in this university. One of the alumni have just finished a 750-seater for us. And one of them, because of what we are doing today, is very crucial. Mr. Femi Okela will be starting an entrepreneurship building on April 6th in this university. So whatever you are going to share with Nestle, you can also have somewhere here to be practicing all those things and be able to be an employer of labor in function. I'm using this opportunity to also thank the Nestle. I've been a personal friend to that organization for a long, long time, but they have transformed beyond my personal relationship to institutional relationship as from today. And I hope that at the end, both parties will enjoy the agreement, will continue to look forward to working together. I welcome you all to this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands again together for the Vice Chancellor of this great university. Thank you very much for the standing ovation from distinguished personality at the high table. We appreciate you all. Thank you very much. The Vice Chancellor, that distinguished personality at the high table here, distinguished members of the audience, may I now invite the Country Human Resource Manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC, Mr. Shakiru Lawal, to give his speech. Thank you very much. Please, I want to put our hands together for him. We are not clapping. So that you are not clapping when you have the Human Resource Manager, Country Human Resource Manager. You know, when you throw your TV out there next time, very sure that a very different percentage of you will now go to desire. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. The Vice Chancellor, Olabisi Onabanjo University. First of all, we want to appreciate the invitation extended to us at Nestle. I will start on the existing protocol so that I don't breach the protocol in the academic environment. My name is Shakiru Lawal. I am pleased to be here with you today at Olabisi Onabanjo University. Greatest Nigerian students. Greatest Nigerian students. Last year, I actually came to this university and had a session, a very good session with the Department of Human Resource Management. And we had some discussion. And today, I am pleased that with the friendship the Vice Chancellor had with us and the conversation we have had on having an institutional partnership with Olabisi Onabanjo University, my job today is very simple. I am simply here today to sign an agreement, a memorandum of understanding with the university to provide qualitative support to the university. I want to assure you today, and one of my interest in Nigeria particularly is to promote employment and employability. And representing Nestle Nigeria as the head of human resources, we go through interview every day. We receive thousands of CV, but I want to assure you that we are going to give the students of Olabisi Onabanjo University opportunity to have internship program with us. You have an advantage, and what is the advantage? Nestle Nigeria PLC, we have 3 factories in Nigeria. The first factory is in Agbara, the second in Flowergate, and the third in Abaji. Abaji is located in Abuja. 2 of these factories are located in Ogun State, and that gives you that opportunity to have internship program with us. We will also support you with our seasoned professionals who will from time to time share the perspective of the industry standard with you. And it is very important for you to know that yes, academic, when you are done, we still expect you to come to the organization with some expected level of competencies. And that is what we are going to imbibe in you. At Nestle Nigeria, we do, I'll give you an example of what we do at Nestle Nigeria PLC, especially in the technical area. We have a technical training center that was established in 2011. The essence of the technical training center is to bridge the gap between what the industry prefer to have as a skill and what we receive from the academic institution. The program is a 18-month program. We provide qualitative theory and practical experience to the trainees. And I am pleased to inform you that since 2011, all the trainees that have passed through the Nestle Technical Training Center are employed by us. And that we will also extend to you by ensuring that we improve the technical capability of Olabisi Onabanjo University through this institution. I want to assure you that as an organization, despite the fact that the country is going through difficult economic challenges, Nestle Nigeria continue to employ teaming Nigerian youth into our organization. And that is why we are here today. We are looking for an opportunity where we will be able to have some of you join us very soon. In the last 3 years, Nestle Nigeria has employed over 700 Nigerian youth. And when I talk about Nestle Nigeria, we are the maker of Milo, Grido, Maggi, Nescafe, Nestle Water, Cerelac, NAN, etc. So when you join our organization, you are not just joining. You are not just going to work with us or have a job. You are going to have a career. As an individual, when you join Nestle, your career is not limited to Nigeria. You can actually work in any part of the world. I have had the privilege of working outside Nigeria for 8 years, and I'm sure it can happen to you. Today I am with some of my colleagues, our quality assurance manager, and also our talent acquisition manager, who will take you through some of the requirements that you need to know. On behalf of Nestle Nigeria PLC, we are pleased to be here today, and we look forward to signing an MOU with the institution, and we give a commitment that we will implement the MOU. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, can we put our hands again together for the Human Resource Manager, the Country Human Resource Manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC. You are not clapping. You are not clapping. Nobody was here to promise you all what you need immediately after your program here. Please put your hands again together for him. Thank you very much. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir. There's going to be, there is going to be a little amendment on the program of events. quickly we'll be skipping the presentation by Nestle representative and moving now straight to the signing of the MOU between Olabisi Onabanjo University and Nestle Nigeria. We are not clapping. We are now invite the Director of Linkage and Partnership to do the presentation of the MOU to the Vice Chancellor for the further necessary actions. Put your hands together for them. You are not clapping. That's the main thing today now. The signing of MOU between Olabisi Onabanjo University and Nestle Nigeria PLC. While our amiable Vice Chancellor of this great university again put our hands together for Nestle Nigeria PLC and the National University for signing the Memorandum of Understanding successfully. The MOU has now been signed, sealed, and what? And delivered. Please put your hands again together for this. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we shall be rounding up the ceremony for the signing of the MOU by having the group photograph of the distinguished personality at the high table here, and immediately after that we will now be having the clinic session for the students by the Nestle Nigeria Limited personality in our midst. Put your hands together as we have the group photograph of the distinguished personality at the high table. Thank you very much. Immediately after the group photograph, the principal officers will be taking their leave for other assignments of the university. Thank you very much as we continue with the clinical session for the students. Thank you very much. Nigeria PLC by the Vice Chancellor of this great university. Thank you very much. I now invite our amiable Vice Chancellor to do the presentation of souvenirs to the representatives of the Nestle Nigeria PLC in our midst. Thank you very much. The registrar of this great university, Mr. Femi Okomoju, will now do the presentation of souvenirs to the representatives of Nestle Nigeria PLC. Thank you very much. Management take their lead from the opening session of this program. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for them. Thank you very much. Of course, the university librarian will still be here with us to continue to represent the university management on the program here and give the closing remark. That shows clearly that she will be here along with other distinguished members of the extended management of this great university, including the deans and the directors of this great university. Thank you very much. Let's have our seats. We invite directors to please come to the high table here. Directors, please come to the high table. To join the university librarian. Director of the Mission of the University Business School. Dr. B.M. Dr. I invite you to the high table. Director of Center for Continuing Education, Professor Kikeda Saudoume, come to the high table. Director of Steward, come to the high table. To join the university librarian. Continuing the program here. Thank you very much. Director of Quality Assurance. Professor Kikeda Saudoume, let's come to the high table. Circulated among the students that are here present, as we are having this lecture session now to be delivered by the quality assurance personality from Nestle Nigeria PLC. Make sure you sign the attendance sheet as we have the quality assurance personality. Mrs. Adekope, please come and circulate the attendance sheet for every student that is here present today. Make sure you sign the attendance sheet. Thank you very much. We are now invite the Quality Assurance Manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC, Mr. Rashid Shoumi, to please step forward and give the career clinic. Thank you very much. Conduct the career clinic. Put your hands together for him. You are not clapping. Thank you very much. Good day to you all. Please, let's be seated. And those at the back can move forward if they want. So good day to you all. Greatest who you are. You are welcome to today. My name is Shoumi Rashid Oluwabanke. The correct pronunciation of the name is Shoumi actually. And I can proudly tell you today that I am from the States and I'm happy to be in your midst. So what we are sharing with you today is just to prep you to kind of whet your appetite for you to understand what choosing a career is all about. Because I can say, majority of the people here, I know when it comes to gaining admissions in school, when it comes to writing JAM and all of that, sometimes it's not what you want that you get. Correct or not? Correct. A lot of times, it is what is available. And because some people have done 3 years down the line, they just accept whatever is thrown at them. Is that correct? Yes. But what is most important is what you make use of what has been thrown to you. I was, like you, some years back, I finished school 2006. I finished from the University of Illinois. And I spent like 3 years rolling the streets, you know, trying to look for what I'm going to do with my life.
You know, but then I must tell you, those my 2 years that I spent roaming the street was not a waste. I used those 2 years to actually do what we call career positioning. I used those 2 years to think about my life and decide what I actually want for myself. So you have this beautiful opportunity today. You have not left school. We are creating a situation, we are putting into you an opportunity where when you leave this great citadel of learning, you will not have to roam the streets. And that's why we are here today, to kind of mentor you. This is like a mentorship and a kind of coaching for you. So I would like you to listen and pay attention. Do not join those set of people that will just sit down there and feel that what do they have to say. It's just one of those thoughts. So please listen and pay attention. I hope you can hear me at the back. I hope those at the back can hear me. If you cannot hear me, then move forward. You know, in life, you have to be intentional, you know, about whatever you want to achieve. And that's why I said, you know, whatever the school has thrown at you, whatever opportunity life has thrown at you, what you make of it is what determines how you progress in the future. It's what determines your trajectory in life. So like I said, I learned microbiology from the University of Illinois. And then in 2010, I proceeded to have my master's from the University of Lagos. I had my master's in public health. And why did I decide to have my master's? I was already working then. I was already working in Nestle. I started with Nestle in 2009. And why I decided to have my master's in public health? It was because it's a fulfillment of my life goal. Nestle, my job then did not require having a master's. That's honest. In fact, my position today does not require having a master's. And that's one of the things I tell people. You know, you must understand, when you are going for education, higher degree, you want to have your master's, you want to have your PhD, whatever level of knowledge you want to have in life, you must understand why. Why do you want to do that? Is it because your colleagues are doing it? Is it because that's the in thing to do? So, the first question I want to ask you today is that, what is your life purpose? So I would like you to write this down. Okay, take 2 minutes to write this down. What do I want to be in life? What is my life goal? It's never too late to have a purpose in life. It's never too late to redirect the channel or the course of your life. It's never ever too late at any point you are in the journey of life. For example, I'll give you an example. When I was entering the university, I wanted to read medicine. Of course, a lot of us wanted to read medicine. A lot of people will want to read the law, they want to read engineering. But the truth of the matter, or the reality is that it is because we do not understand what studying physics, studying chemistry, studying biochemistry, a lot of people do not understand what it's going to offer you. A lot of people are not able to connect how they can make a career from those other science courses. And all we think about is, oh, I want to become a medical doctor. Meanwhile, a lot of people are not even interested in becoming a doctor. Maybe they just want to become a scientist. Maybe they just love sciences. Maybe your own life purpose is just to become rich. You just want to have a lot of money to be able to influence people, to be able to control so many things, to be able to influence global decisions. So that is why I'm asking you today, what is your life purpose? Your life purpose may not be to finish school and get a job. It may be that you want to do a business. It may be that you want to start your own company. But I tell you, do not join the bandwagon of people that will tell you education is a scam. I know some of you say it a lot on social media, you see all of those things. They will say school is a scam. They play a lot of skits and all of that. But I tell you, you are opportune to be here today, to be sitting here as students of this great standard of learning. And it's not something you should take for granted. I want to tell you today that what education does, be it university, the polytechnic, or wherever you find yourself, what it does to you is that it places places you on a pedestal to see the world. That's what it does to you. Education makes you refine in knowledge. Education makes you intellectually equipped to be able to take up anything you want in life. Being a graduate of physics does not necessarily mean you must practice physics or you must practice biochemistry or microbiology. What being a graduate does to you is that it gives you choices. And then you are able to start your life journey from a higher pedestal compared to what people who don't have this kind of opportunity will start from. So don't make light of what you have today. It's a wonderful opportunity that you have. Are you done with writing your life purpose? Let me see your hand if you have written it down. I can only see one hand. I have gifts, a lot of gifts for you today, at the end of this session. So I will enjoy you to take this here. So I must also tell you something. There are a lot of people here, maybe those in 100 levels, 200 levels. We aren't in 100 level here. Please raise your hand. We have 200 levels. 300. Yes. Okay, good. I'm happy that we have from 300 level. And I must tell you, I am very much surprised that we are asking you this. What is your life purpose? And only a few people who raise their hands. Let me go tough on you. I will tell you that it's quite shameful that some of us don't take opportunities like this seriously. And that is why we are here, for you to know that the outside world there is not so easy. It's quite challenging. And what makes the difference between people that get the opportunity, that get the kind of job that they desire after leaving school, is the seriousness, is the passion, is the deliberate intention that they have in channeling the course of their lives. So if you belong to that category of people who does not take things serious, who feel that life will suddenly happen on you, who feel that things will happen serendipitously, by chance, I will advise you that you should start changing your mindset. The future belongs to those who are intentional about it. The future does not belong to the NFAs. You know what we call NFAs? You know what is NFA? Who can tell me? Exactly. So life does not fall on us. Life happens deliberately. Even the concept of destination, it's a whole big concept on its own. We say a lot of things, whatever will be, I'm destined to be great. If you are destined, you have all of the things that have been put into you by virtue of your wiring from birth. I tell you, if you don't make absolute efforts, conscious efforts to be better, conscious efforts to win in life, I tell you, it's going to be a arduous journey. So when we say career positioning, what do we mean? We are talking about taking intentional steps towards achieving our career goals. Now, what are your career? What do you plan to achieve in life? Somebody reading microbiology plans to be a microbiologist, maybe when they finish school. You must understand where you are today and what you need to do to get to where you will be. Today I can tell you in the field of quality assurance, as far as FMCG is concerned, when I say FMCG, I'm talking about fast-moving consumer goods. It's basic science knowledge that we use to do our job. Maybe today you are talking about, you have issues with water in your facility, and then you are talking about chlorination. You are talking about the science behind analysis, the spectrophotometry that we know today, the basic chemical separation techniques. When you are talking about contaminants in food, we are talking about the basic knowledge of chemistry, hydrocarbons in food, volatile organic compounds. We are talking about analysis. When we talk about empirical analysis, it's basically knowledge of physics. So today I'm telling you that what you have today, please let's take it serious. So Career positioning means that you are intentional about what you want to do. You are intentional about your plan, and you are positioning yourself in such a way that you can network, people can see you. And that is why I asked that first question, what is your life purpose? Now, when you have defined what your life purpose is, the next step is that you must define what steps you want to take to achieve your life purposes. So I put it for you this way. What are the things you want to do? The first thing that you want to take note of to fulfill your life purpose is that you want to embrace the growth mindset. What do we mean by that? You must be somebody who is interested in developing yourself. You must have the right mindset. And that's why I told you initially that if you don't have the right mindset, if you don't believe that you can make it, if you don't believe that you can actually acquire some things, you can connect with certain opportunities, then I tell you, you are not ready to grow. You are not ready to develop into the future you so desire. So your life purpose will help you to decide, what do I want to be? When I finish school, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. What are the steps I want to take towards achieving that? Now, okay, I don't want to be an entrepreneur, I want to get a job. Then, understanding it will help you to decide what are the steps to take. And that is why after this session we are going to be having a civic clinic, especially for those that are towards the end of their years in the school. A civic clinic for you to understand how to build a good CV. And that is if your life purpose is to get a job. You can also have a life purpose, you want to achieve this, but you still need a means to get in there. And that is the essence of sometimes getting a job. I remember when I left school, when I got home from youth service, my dad told me that, okay, welcome back. That was 2007. Welcome back, now is the time to go and, he wanted me to go back to school. He wanted me to say, oh, he was expecting that I would say, okay, I want to start going back to either go and do medicine or to say I want to do my master's that way. After all of the entities and all of that, I told him I'm not interested in all of these things you are saying. What I want to do is that I want to get a job. And the reason why I said that then is I knew what I went through going through school. You know when you want to buy this one, buy that one. When you want to buy that, and they say that is 2,000 naira. And your parents is giving you 500 naira. I wonder where they expect you to get the remaining money. But in a way, you find a way, you go through school, you leave. And I felt that, okay, the next stage of my career, I want to get a job. This is what I want to do. Then other things can follow it. I also knew that I want to be an entrepreneur. And I knew that, okay, I need to have the right skill before I go into entrepreneurship. I want to be in an organization where I'll be valued, where I can learn both personal things and I can grow on the job. And that's why I said it is important that you need to be intentional about your career. So I started applying for jobs then. I saw that all of my money coming from youth service was getting finished. So I had to enroll for teaching jobs so that I could have enough money to be reading guidance. Tuesdays and Thursday guidance then where you have a lot of vacancies. Today is better. You can have at your fingertips, which is always there on your phone, on different job websites. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you must be deliberate. You must understand what you want from life. The second thing to be intentional about your career is that you need to set clear goals. What do we mean by clear goals? Clear goals, very key. There are some people here, if you ask them, what do you want to be in the future? They say, I want to be rich. Now, people don't define the extent of how well they want to be rich. You ask somebody now, they will tell you, oh, in the next 1 month, I want to be a billionaire. Is it possible? Somebody who does not have 1,000 naira in their pockets now, is it possible to be a billionaire in the next 1 month? I know you will say yes. But I will practically tell you, you are all scientists here, and science is empirical. It's not possible. except you are expecting some form of miracles, or you have one investment somewhere that your parents have done for you that is going to lead. So please, I would like you to stop living in the unreal world. Come back to the what? The real world. And start understanding that you really need to embrace the reality of life to be able to scale and be able to achieve success. So when we say set clear goals, it means that we need to understand what do I want. And that's where what we call a vision board comes to bear. In corporate organizations, they call it operational master plan. In the global balance, we say it's a vision board. Vision board means a clear picture of your life purpose, what you want to achieve, how you want to do it, and what are the things that will take you there. It's when you have this vision board, then you break it down. How do I want to achieve this my life goal? I want to become the director of human resources in the organization I found myself, maybe in the next 10 years. So you look at what am I going to do to get there? What professional courses do I need to take when I leave school? Currently in your situation, you need to understand. The first thing is, what grade do I even need to have to be able to have this kind of opportunities? And that's where it starts from. Being intentional, setting your priorities right, ensuring that you come out of this school in flying colors. That's the first thing. And when you have been able to achieve that, the next level is to now look at it. What other things do I need to do? So when we talk about goals, we are talking about setting clear objectives. And it's not just enough to say, I want to achieve this. It's to break it down. Okay, I want to achieve this by the time I'm 30 years old, by the time I'm 40 years old, by the time I'm 50 years old. So what do I need to do on a yearly basis? What do I need to do on a weekly basis? When you break it down, then you will see that your life will be more meaningful and more purposeful. And then you'll be able to measure, to say, oh, okay, this week I've been able to achieve this. I'm moving gradually towards my goal. And that's what we mean by setting clear goals. And we use a terminology for clear goals. We say when you are setting goals, or objective as the case may be, we say it should be SMART. How many of you have heard about SMART objectives? SMART. What does it mean? Who knows what it means? Anybody? If you know it, come outside to tell us. SMART, what does it stand for? You there? It will be my co-facilitator. Come and tell us what SMART means in the concept of setting objectives.
Good afternoon. Okay, the meaning of SMART means, okay, SMART is an acronym which stands for S for specific, M for measurable, A for actionable, R for realistic, and T for time bound.
So that's beautiful. Please hold on for your gift. I told you I have it for you people, so you better pay attention. So when you are setting goals, make sure it is SMART, meaning that your goals must be specific in life. I want to be rich in the billions. When you say you want to be rich, it's not clear. You can have 1 million naira in your account. Today, when you are a millionaire in this economy of today, you are nowhere to be found. So when you are setting goals, you need to be clear, to be smart, to be specific. I want to be rich in the what? Billions, or even it's in the trillions. Then your goals must be measurable. It must be something you can measure. You want to achieve this. Then it must be something achievable. It shouldn't be something that is utopian, And then it must be realistic and then time bound. A is for achievable, it must be achievable. So the third thing in positioning yourself is that you must invest in continuous learning. And what do we mean by investing in continuous learning? Investing in continuous learning is very key. And I tell you, it's important that we continue to learn. Whoever is not learning is like a dead person. So learning is a continuous process in life. Benjamin Franklin once said, he said, for the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. And that underscores the importance of learning. Whatever skill you learn today can never be a waste. I'm a quality assurance manager in Nestle today. And I tell you, there are so many things I've learned from YouTube that I can do. As I'm speaking to you, I can bake cake. I can do all sorts of snacks. There are so many engineering interventions I can do. When my TV spoils at home, I open it, prepare it with my son. We'll just sit down, he will get me all the tools, we'll open it, check what is wrong, we'll fix it. I also do lion at home. I have so many kinds of tools. Now, am I doing those things just for doing sake? I'm doing those ones for fun. But I tell you, there are some skills I've learned today that have become a part of me. And I've started a business as a result of the skills that I've garnered over the years. And that is the importance of learning continuously. The fourth point there is to build a supportive network. You know, in life, you cannot do it alone. In the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the author, I don't want to bore you with that book, the author emphasizes the different stages of development of a human. The first stage is the stage of dependence, where you are dependent on people. The second is the independence, and lastly, the interdependence. You see, in the journey of life, there is absolutely nothing you can do alone. You see, if you want to go far in life, you go with people. You can't go alone in life. And that is why it is important to build the right network. Connect with people, seek opinion, get insights, you know, relate to people around you, ask questions, get mentorship, get coaching. And it is important to get coaching because, you know, some of the things that seems very basic to you or very confusing to you, when you get mentorship or when you get a coach in your life, they'll be able to break it down for you and be able to put things in perspective for you. So, and that's what that point is saying. And point 5 is talking about practicing self-care. What do we mean by self-care? Also similar to what we call self-preservation. You know, as you are today, you are burning your life from so many ends. Just like we used to say, burning the candles at both ends. But it's always important to take a step backward and look at yourself. Are you sure you are not overworking yourself? Are you sure you are not pushing yourself beyond some unnecessary limits? And that's the essence of the self-care. To check back and look at it. Am I taking absolute care of my health? Am I checking all of the things that matters to me? Am I doing exercises? Am I being intentional about my health? Because I tell you today, if you are not in the right frame of mind, if you are not of a sound mental health or of a physical health, I tell you it will be difficult to achieve your life purpose. And lastly there is to embrace future opportunities. Embrace failure. Embrace failure and resilience. You know, at every point in our lives, we are going to fail. Do you agree? Yes. Who is here that has never failed before? You have never failed before, raise your hand. I see some people raising their hand at the back. Maybe it's last cause, maybe you had an head. You know, failure is never a problem. But what you do with the failure is what matters in life. So at some point in your life, you are going to fail, whether you fail in marriage, or you fail in life, or you fail in a business, or you didn't get your dream job, or you fail some courses. at some point in your life, in fact, when everything in your life is on a roller coaster ride, you keep having successes upon success. You need to be careful and be very prayerful. So when you fail, what matters is what you do without failure. How do you embrace failure and look at it? You know, some people, when they fail some course, they will say, don't mind that professor, he gave me F. But when they have A, they will say, I had A, right? So that's the denial part of failure. You know, when you have an F, you need to embrace it and say, well, I had an F in that course. And that's the first step towards acceptance. It is that acceptance that will help you to see what you can do better. To see what approach you can have. You know, in these premises, it's actually funny how some of our exams are graded. I will share an experience with you. When I was in 400 level back then in school, I'm not the type of person that crowns. You know, I don't like fapping things into my head. I like to understand. And that's why up till today, I remember all of my courses. You know, all the courses I did, I remember them and I'm still using them till today. But there's this particular lecturer that likes you to give him the things the way he wants it. It was, the course was on, I think, mycology. Yes, mycology, yes. You know, the first semester, you know, I looked at the course, I had A's in most of my courses, and this particular course I had a C, and I was checking what could have been wrong. So I discussed with some of my colleagues that had A's and B's, you know, and I saw, okay, what they did. You know, this man likes to, he tells you, oh, the constricting ring of the virus, when you put it into and onto, the man likes you to put it for him that way. So I had to read and read and read to make sure that I had my own fair share of A from this particular lecturer. So what am I saying in essence? In life, you'll be subject to different kinds of examinations. The live exams, the practical exams, the theoretical exams that you are going to do. It's important that you understand how to pass each of these live exams. And you can only achieve that by embracing failure, by understanding who you are, and by being resilient, by being dogged. Nobody achieves success. If you check out the successful people in the world of today, they have failed at some point in their life. They have done so many things, and they failed at it, and they keep doing it. I don't need to start telling you about all of the scientists that you know, the likes of this pastor and all of those people, they are Thomas Edison and all of those people. And the big, all of the names that we know anyways. So it is important to embrace failure and ensure that you do the right thing with it. So I will end my discussion with you with these insights I want to also give you. So I have on the slide some tools that can help you to be better in life. The first one I put there is what we call the SWOT analysis. You know, you have what you want to do, you are using all of the tools, you are well positioned for your career and all of that. But it's always important that you take a stop and evaluate yourself. And SWOT simply stands for, it's an acronym that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what you are supposed to do with that tool is to check, what are my strengths? You know, what are the things that I am actually very good at? I'll give you an example. When I was in university, I'm somebody that is very good with mathematics. I was doing microbiology. So what was I doing with my strength of mathematics? I don't ever read that was in 100 level and 200 when we did subjects of mathematics. I don't ever read my mathematics notes. I don't ever read it. Because I know this is my strength. I just check the formulas, I'm sure what I'm doing. I'm going into an exam, I know that I'm going to come out with either A or B. So I divest my attention, I put my energy into those other courses that will give me problems. I also look at it, what are your weaknesses? You look at it, and you need to be sincere with yourself when you are looking at these things. What are those things that you find difficult, that they are naturally your weakness? You need to understand them and look at what measures do I take to improve on them. Then the next one is the opportunities that exist for me, either within this school or in the outside world. These tools, you can apply it at any stage of your life. And then lastly is what we call the threats. What are the things that can threaten my existence in this school, for example? Maybe suddenly I'm not able to pay my school fees. That could be a threat. So you look at it, what am I going to do about it? Another tool that I want to share with you is what we call the temperament. This one helps you to determine your kind of personality, whether you are somebody who is introverted or somebody who is extroverted. You must understand that there are no boundaries to success. Whether you are introverted or extroverted, it doesn't change anything. I know you'll have seen that there are some of your lecturers that are not very outgoing. And today they are making publications. They are doing a lot of research work. They are partnering with a lot of institutes outside there. So what this understanding of your personality does to you, it will help you to define yourself. To be able to know what are the things that you can do and what are the things you cannot do within the boundaries of the knowledge available to you. So that's that. It helps you to understand whether you are sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, or melancholic. So you can see all of these things on the internet. Another very important one is what we call the SMART, which I've shared with you. And lastly, this other one that we call the Joari window. Yes. The Joari window is also a very good personality development tool. And what it helps you to do is to discover yourself. It has 4 quadrants. The first one then is the open self. That open self is the part that is known to you and the part that is known to others. We also have the blind self, the hidden self, and the unknown self. What this will help you to do is it will help you to see how to work on those parts of you that requires development. It will help you to understand how you think, to help you to understand how you behave. And when you use all of this, you will see that your life will be better. Your life will take a dramatic turn, and it will be more purposeful. So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the end of my discussion with you. Thank you very much for listening. Do you have questions for me? Or we take the questions? Okay, so let's take the questions. If anybody has a question, you may not be connected to what I've presented to you. Any question you have at all, feel free. So one of the, while you are still thinking about the question you asked, one of the professors asked me a question. I've answered it, but I would like to ask openly. He asked me why our water normally have a taste. So I want to use this opportunity that I'm here to do some adverts. And what I told him is that that taste that the water has is actually what is good. I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't have a taste. You see that Nestle Pure Life. What we have done to it is that we have made it to look like a borehole water. When you take water from a borehole, it has this heavy mouthfeel. And it's having that heavy mouthfeel because of the minerals in it. You agree with me that in terms of oxidative metabolism, that is digestion at the cellular level, the still water is not good. It's water that has some minerals in it. And that's what Nestle has done by putting some minerals in the water. when you are treating water, there is that tendency that when you are removing all of the microorganisms, the bacteria that you want to remove, you want it to be safe for consumption. There is always that tendency that you will also remove the minerals, which is actually good. Also, sometimes there are bad minerals, like the heavy metals, the bad nutrients there. When you are removing those ones, sometimes you also remove the good ones. So what Nestle has done is to put back the good minerals in the water. And that's why you see it tasting that way. If you check the label, you will see the mineral composition of the water. So I tell you today, Nestle Pure Life is it's not even one of the best. It's the best water that you can drink today. It's heavily mineralized and then it contains 0 of all kinds of pathogens. So I'm just trying to answer that openly for those that have this confusion or doubt in their minds as regards the Nestle Pure Life, because I get to hear this question a lot everywhere I go. So I've answered the question you did not ask. Does anybody still have any question? So I take it that you understand what I've said. Please make good use of it and be better students and be better adults. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands again together for the presenter of the clinic session. Thank you very much. If you are here to write your name, can you lift up your hands? If you are yet to register on the attendance sheet, let me see your hands up. Those of you at the front, have you registered? Have you written your names? If you are here to register your name, let me see your hands up. Thank you very much. We will attend to you immediately after the closing remark from the University Librarian, Professor Teibola Ike Olifade. Let's put our hands together for her. Thank you very much. You are not clapping. Keep clapping until she gets to the podium here. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Sorry, we are very much in a haste because we are on strike, but for the fact that we are partner in progress for this university, we have to find a way of getting here. Thank you very much. Quickly, I learned there is a big part of the clinic session. Let me now invite Madam Rita Bardo, the Senior Talent Acquisition Partner of Nestle Nigeria PLC. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rita. Though I'm not from Ogun State like my colleague Rashid, but I'm happy to be here. So I currently work as a Senior Talent Acquisition Partner with Nestle, and what my role entails basically is attracting the right people to the organization. And I want to believe that there are potential right people for Nestle in the hall right now. But in order to be sure that you're actually ready, to join an organization like us, we feel like it's important to just guide you through some things that are very critical for you to know. And in all honesty, I hope you pay attention to this aspect of the program, because I wished when I was in school during my time that I had the privilege of having an organization, thank you, come to school and speak to me like this. I feel like a lot of mistakes I made in the earlier days of my career, I wouldn't have made those mistakes. So please, I really do hope you pay attention, okay? I'll try to make it as brief as possible. Thank you. So I'll be speaking on building winning resumes and preparing for interviews, because you need this for the next stage. For those of you that have interest in going into paid employment, and even if you want to become an entrepreneur eventually, there are some things you may still be able to pick out from here that will help you, okay? So, are you aware that before an organization meets you, your CV is like the most important point of reference? Your CV is what tells an organization who you are, what you embody. And even without meeting you, a decision can be made about you just by looking at that one piece of paper that you present. A lot of people do not have this understanding, and that is why in my career I haven't done this for quite a long time. I won't specify the number of years, so you know as you are old. I have seen all kinds of CVs to the point that sometimes I wonder, did this person actually think before sending this in? I've also seen the better end of it. Some amazing CVs that even I have to be like, you know what, I have to copy these templates and apply for myself. So the CV you present basically is your representative. It is that thing that goes before you to speak for you, before you get a chance to actually share your own talk about who you are and sell yourself to the organization that you're applying to. So this is probably the most important document you will have during the course of your career, apart from your certificate, obviously your university certificate and all other certificates. This document is so important that it speaks a lot. It can go to places that you have not even thought of going to. And whether or not it eventually opens the door for you is dependent on how good your CV is presented. Okay? So I'm going to be guiding you through the steps to writing a winning resume. So we are in all about 7 steps. So the first step we're going to be looking at is the format. What format should your CV look like? Now when we say format, I'm not saying that it has to be, in terms of the font, the color, no. It's in terms of the critical things that need to be present. How do you, put all of it together? Then the second thing is, we're going to be looking at is, what does the introductory statement represent? A lot of times we see introduction on CVs and people just write all kinds of things. I've seen people that will literally take introductory statements of their parents' CVs, put it in their own CVs without even thinking about it, and then present it for an entry-level role. And you're wondering, what is somebody who has attained mastery in a certain field doing, applying for an entry-level role? And I think it's because a lot of times people think that we not read those things. But I'm telling you, as talent acquisition, we are the first point, we are the ones that actually get to see your CV spread before it gets into, gets to the other people in the organization. We read everything you put on your CV. So it's important that you pay attention to this thing. Another aspect we'll be looking at is how to basically, I'm going to be guiding you on how to structure your CVs. From the introductory statement to education and training, key skills, career history, everything that needs to be on your CV, and even the ones that do not need to be there. I'm just going to be walking you through all of it. So the first thing is the format. Please note that the easier your CV is to read, the better. I can tell you for a fact, as talent acquisition, that I have skipped some people's CV because there are people that are reading their CV, you start having this headache. I am wondering, why am I having this intense headache just to comprehend somebody's CV? And it's because people feel that they have to put everything that has ever happened to them in this life on their CV. And they make it so complex that the key information that I need to see to determine whether or not to move forward with you, I begin to search for it. And because of the volume of people we deal with on a daily basis, it is not easy for somebody to be spending 30 minutes, an hour, glancing through one person's CV just at that initial stage. There will be time for more detailed review. But that initial stage, you want to be able to see an easy to read CV. I mean, we're students right now. We all have different course materials that we use, handout, textbook. And I'm sure that almost everybody here, if not everybody will agree with me, that you have some textbooks that you enjoy reading better than the others. And the reason is because of how the simplicity of it. It is not so complex that it boggles your mind, and it's like you're trying to deal with one and they're struggling to comprehend all of the content that is being shoved in your face from that material. Same thing applies to your CV. The simpler the CV is, the better. So it's very important to bear that in mind. And always make sure that on your CV, your name is written in full and your contact information is there. I don't know where, there's this new thing now that I've noticed where people will write CVs and there's no contact information. And I'm wondering, you're sending me an application, there's no contact information, so how do you want me to get back to you? And the interesting thing about the whole thing is that for an organization like ours, when you're applying, you're not sending a CV to a person. You're applying through a company portal. So it's not like maybe you send me an email that it's okay, there's an email for me to respond back to you. I'm finding you through company portal. There's no contact information on your CV. I don't know how to get through to you. So how do you expect me to shortlist you? In that case, some people will say, my village people are catch me, they're not shortlist. It's not village people, they are the one doing yourself. Because you need to put, those are basic things, and it might sound, oh, this is just, what is this? These things are important. A lot of people make that mistake. I see it all the time. I see it. For every 10 CVs I look at least one person will fail to put contact information. So please let us pay attention to these things, okay? And how you format your CV. It's very important that how you format your CV tells a lot about your ability to use basic computer applications. You cannot tell me that you have advanced computing skills or you have advanced knowledge of Microsoft suite, and then I'm looking at your CV. The way the thing is formatted, you start one sentence here, you have like plenty space to finish the sentence, you skip to the next. The paragraphing is wrong, no punctuation, all of those things. The format, you have a mix of capital letter and small letter in one sentence, and I'm like, why can't you format your CV well? And then you come and tell me one of your key strengths, under your strength, put there, my key strength, advanced use of Microsoft Office tools. Should we have this to say to you about Lori Raw? Abi? Right? Lori Raw, that's it. So you've already, in one hand, they're telling me I'm good at cooking. In the other hand, they're giving me food that has over plenty salt and plenty whatever else you put inside. So we need to pay attention to these things. They are very basic things. And you don't know how to do, at least some people don't know how to do, learn. And while you're learning, you can seek help, to fix what needs to be fixed, depending when you gain mastery of that thing. Okay? So the next phase I'm going to be looking at is education. So one thing I found is that I've found over the years from reviewing people's application is that they do not know how to communicate their education. They do not know how to communicate. I'll see somebody who just write, I have bachelor's degree, so 2020, and they move on. Bachelor's degree in what? Is it in cooking? Or is it bachelor's degree in playing in your backyard? And we think these things don't matter. They matter. Because imagine I'm trying to recruit for a quality control officer, for example, an entry-level role. And the requirement is the person must be a microbiologist or must study biochemistry or any of these other science-related courses, right? Which means that you do not have any of those courses. If you studied accounting, I don't be shortlisting you for a biochemistry, a microbiology position. And then you now put your degree, bachelor's degree, 2020, OOU. So how do I know that you have the qualification that we're looking for? And if you think that a recruiter at that initial stage is going to spend time calling you to confirm, okay, I got your CV, I just want to confirm, what did you study? I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you the truth, it will not happen. It will not happen. So we need to pay attention to those details, okay? And also, in presenting your education, it's important, you're not just putting the type of degree you have. Is it BSc, is it BEng, is it BTech, is it, at this university, but you have friends that went to Polytechnics, is it HND? You mentioned that, then you mentioned the course you studied, like the course that you studied in school. Are you a biochemist? Are you an accountant? Are you human resources? And then the year you graduated. So people feel like they don't want to put the year they graduated, but they feel that if they see my year, they will not shortlist me. Well, sometimes that may be the case, but other times, because you do not put it, that may also lead to you not being shortlisted. It's important to provide the necessary information. Now, there's a reason why. I can tell you for a fact that there are times when, in shortlisting for roles, especially when you receive thousands of applications, now and you're trying to consider more recent graduates, because of the year you graduated, you can choose you over somebody else that skipped it. So those things matter. They might seem like insignificant things, but I'm here to tell you this is what I do for a living. They matter. So we should pay attention to all of those details and list them where they are visible. Then another thing you need to also pay attention is, for the role you are applying, if there are specific trainings or certifications that you have that speak to that particular role, it's also important to put it, let it be lined up right in that same area where you have your education. Because those things also come to play. While they may not have requested for it at the point of advert, it may be an added advantage that may give you an edge over the next applicant. So if you are applying, for example, for human resources role, right? I'm going to be using human resources a lot as an example, but that's my area. So, and then it happens to be that while you're still in school, you have actually gone through the CIPM and got chartered, and you're now an associate member. Don't you think it would be to your own benefit to indicate there that you have the certification, or you've gone through some sort of diploma or training in a particular area that is relevant? But please note that do not put anything that is not true. You have to be honest, because all of these lies end up, they will always catch up with you, one way or the other. Either during the interview at some point during the course of engaging with the organization. So it's very important to list all of these things out. So the next we're going to be looking at is the key skills that you have. Now I'm going to spend some time on this because I've seen how this area has messed up a lot of candidates. Please do not put a skill that you do not have. Be sure you have a skill before you put it there. One common thing that I've seen most candidates put on their CVs is, I have analytical skills. But if I ask, out of every 5 people that put it, I have analytical skills, I ask the 5 people, what does it mean to be analytical? I tell you, 4 out of the 5 usually do not know what it means. While the one they even know, but they cannot tell you how they actually have ascertained that they actually have that skill. So when my colleague was presenting earlier, he shared some tools that you can use to evaluate yourself, to know who you are. At this point in time, it's important that you start beginning to know who you are, begin to know your strengths, your weaknesses. What can you do that? For somebody that's maybe in school, and I can tell you that a lot of the things that some people may think is a weakness, you can actually convert it into a strength. For someone that may be in school, you've been known to be the type that is always like in the midst of people, you are always talking, you know, they call the person the talkative of the, maybe they're even giving you a name self, you know, because of that, you know, attributes. Do you know you can actually convert it into a skill? I'm not saying just why you can sell yourself. You have to train yourself that that thing now becomes a skill that you can now use to your advantage. And in the right situation, you know, you can train yourself to use it in the right situation. Where you are ordinarily or previously known as a talkative, you then build yourself to now convert that skill into somebody that actually enjoys relating with people. Because it's not just to talk, but your talk has to make sense. And your talk has to be convincing. So imagine you as a talkative, you then train yourself to now be convincing, to make sense and convincing. I can tell you that there's so many opportunities that are available. So I'm not saying you're going to put I am a talkative in on your CV, obviously not. You're not going to do that. But you're going to find a constructive way to use it. So what are the skills you have? You know, are you good in numbers? You're somebody that you're passionate about numbers. You like when it comes to crunching numbers, like there's this joy it gives you. Are you the type of person that you like social gatherings? I'm not saying go and beds, but basically any opportunity you can get to meet with people, interact with people, you like building relationships. Those are skills. But you just don't need to know how to, you know, coin those skills, build them, develop them, nurture them, and then use them to your advantage. And those are the things that you should be presenting on your CV. Don't put a skill that first you don't even know what it means. 2, you might know what it means, but you never want to apply it a day in your life. Those things will end up biting you, you know, during the course of the process. So please, it's important while you are highlighting your skills. Highlight skills that are relevant to the role you are applying, but they should also be honest skills about yourself. It is very important to note that, okay? So another thing that sometimes, this is not compulsory. Oh, sorry. So the next thing that is very important to put, career history. Now when we say career history, I'm sure some of you are wondering, I've never worked before in my life. I've been a student all my life. So what history am I putting there? So for young people like you, the question is, have you done anything that is noteworthy? You know, because when you're applying for jobs, by the time you're finishing school, for those of you that are applying for internship while you're still in school, you know, what have you done that is noteworthy? That you feel like, okay, I think if these people know this about me, it will be a good point, a selling point for me. Those are the things that you now want to list. Of course, when you start working, then you then have proper, you know, career reference history to put there. But it is important to note that it should be things that are relevant to the role and things that you've actually done. It should be things that you've done, and it should be things that, and you should always learn how to, you know, coin them in such a way that they position you well. You know, the difference between a lot of times between 2 people, And whether one person gets something or the other, let me rephrase. The difference between two hardworking, diligent people, and whether or not one person ends up getting what they want and the other doesn't get it, is also how they present themselves. So now, for somebody, okay, let me use myself as an example. Growing up, I started working at the age of 14. Now, well, not officially an employment. It was a family business. So immediately after secondary school, as I'm leaving school, I'm not going home. I'm going straight to the business, right? We had this business center, where I don't think they have those these days anymore, But those days, because computers were not everybody had the privilege of having a computer in their house. So we had business centers in the family business. Maybe after school, I would go there and I would work alongside the actual employees of the business. I would work like them. As customers are coming, I'm telling to them, I'm typing documents, I'm doing all of those things. And I did that all through my secondary school days. And even between, also pending, because I didn't get admission immediately. I think it was like a 1 or 2 years, space in between. So I did that all through those periods. I can tell you for a fact that at the point when I was landing my first job, that experience helped me to land my first job. But guess what? I didn't just put it on my CV. I worked in my mother's business center. No. I was fortunate enough to have gotten some sort of guidance on how to present it well. Because I now realized that what I was doing, there was a lot of value in it. At the point when I was doing it, I didn't know that there was value in it. I just thought it was just me just being a good child, a good daughter to the family, right? But it ended up being that I built the computing skills I have today. I got them during those days of me working in the business center. To the point that while I was in school, right, the principal of the school, whenever I needed to do any office work, after the secretary resigned, it's my name. We had a public address system then in school, in his office. So he didn't have the time to start for somebody to come and look for me where I was. And this school was massive. We just go to the public address system, put it on. Rita Bando, come to my office. And I did that for the period I was in school. It was funny then. People would be laughing at me. All those things helped me. I think I was landing my first job. The guidance I got, they showed me how to package that experience. That I put in, and the business center had a name. I put it there, and I put the role I did. And then when I was interviewing, I told the person, I said, well, this was a family business. I had the responsibility of being the manager because I was entrusted by my family to ensure that the people that were employed were not, were doing their jobs, were not doing anything shady, and then the returns were coming back home, those days. It seemed silly. Someone said, oh, I was selling my mother's shop. It was an experience. And it was packaged in such a way that by the time I was being interviewed, that experience was found so knowledgeable that I was given my first job as an office manager, fresh out of, when I was done with school. But the difference was that I was able to package myself well. So remember that if you have any experience, it may not necessarily be a proper corporate job. You've done something that you think is relevant. The skills you gathered during that time became relevant to the role. Put it in a way that makes sense. Don't just take it and just, as it is, dish it out. Which is why it's good to have a mentor. My colleague spoke earlier about having a network of people that support you. So I'm emphasizing this because this is so important. How you present your career history matters. And then when you start to have experience, remember, you need to have things, you need to indicate not just the name of the company, you also need to also indicate the role, what was your role, what did you do? And be able to list in a few bullet points. If you can do it in 3 bullet points, fine. You can do it in 1 or 2. Just summarize what exactly did you do. Don't go to the internet and copy responsibilities of an office manager and put it there. We know where your CV is from the internet. We know you can't cheat the system. There are technologies to identify these things. So the difference is that it shows that you actually even put in the effort to sell yourself, and these things really matter a lot. Let's not be those lazy applicants that just want to find the easy way out. The work you put into your CV, trust me, you're going to reap the rewards in due time. I promise you. So, I'm not going to spend time on this. In all honesty, you can choose whether or not to put this. It is not mandatory. If you feel you have an hobby or interest that aligns with the role you're applying for, sure, you can just highlight it somewhere at the bottom. But this is not, that's why it is there as optional. Until you master how to write a professional looking CV or you're able to get the right help, I would advise you to skip this. Because the kinds of things I've seen on people's CVs as obvious, I cannot say here. So until you master it, skip it. It is not necessary. But you feel that what you enjoy doing, you know, is very important to the role you are applying for. You know, let's say, which hobby can I give for an example? Let's say you're somebody that can somebody give me an example of any hobby or interest? Just with one person. Just, no process, just one person. Okay? I can't hear you, so come please. Hurry up. Eh? Reading. Oh, reading. Good, so reading. Now, reading is a good one. It actually shows that you're somebody that you're curious about learning. But then by the time they ask you, what do you read? How come I'm giving us news and booms as what you read? They have to show that you actually read value-adding material. But reading is actually a good one. So sure, you can put those things, but again, like I said, it is not mandatory. You understand? It's not a make or break of your CV. Okay? Now I'm going to mention some common mistakes that we make. And these mistakes actually speak a lot. The first one is spelling and grammar mistakes. Spelling, use of tenses, punctuation, all of those things. How we, you know, some people will write a sentence. You start writing, by the time you start reading the sentence, by the time you get to the end of the sentence, you're already suffocating because there's no break in between. There's no comma, no full stop, nothing. By the time you are reading, you cannot read one sentence in one breath. You have to gasp for breath, continue the sentence, you know. So you need to know how to, you know, write properly, you know, and you need to make sure that your spelling is correct. Mistakes are not acceptable in your resume. They are not acceptable because the same person that has so many mistakes on their CV will still come and tell us that one of their skills is attention to detail. Now, are you kidding me? Right? You have attention to detail and yet there are so many mistakes on your CV. So these things really matter. So that's one very big one that we need to pay attention to. Another one we need to pay attention to is wrong dates. You see situation where people put dates are overlapping, they are confusing, you cannot even tell when this happened and when that happened. I've seen a situation whereby somebody puts that they graduated from university in 2006 and they finished primary school in 2010. Yes, I have seen it. And they finished secondary school 2016 or so, or thereabouts. And I was confused. And what happened is that the person made a mistake. Where they were supposed to put primary school, they put university. Where they were supposed to put secondary school, they put primary school. And we say, oh, it's just a mistake. Can't you overlook it? No, we cannot overlook it. We do not take mediocrity. So it is important to pay attention to these things. Everything you put on your CV matters. Don't think it doesn't matter, just a small mistake. We need to pay attention. Okay? Another very common mistake that people make is that they have one CV for all types of jobs. The same CV you used to apply for human resources officer role, you stated that you have experience in human resources. When quality assurance or quality control officer role comes up, you apply for the same, you use that same CV to apply for the same position. There's no effort to correct, to tailor, to tweak, so that it is suited for the role that you're applying. So please, let's pay attention to this. Another very common mistake is poor formatting of CVs, not using bullet points and all of those things. We just, you know, later on I'm going to show you examples of poorly written CVs and well-written CVs. Another one is also not putting contact information or wrong contact information. I've had situations whereby I would call the number on the CV and then the person's mom picks or the person's spouse speak. And they'll tell me, oh, this is not their number, let me send you their number. And I'm like, why is the person's number not on the CV and it's your mom's number that is on your CV? Those things really matter, okay? A few others we have falsifying information. Please note that if you falsify information, even when you land the job, before confirmation, when you are doing your background check, if they find out that you lied about those things, you could get fired for it. So don't lie about anything on your CV, be honest. Another very common mistake is uploading unsupported files. I've had situations where people apply for a job, and by the time I'm opening the application, instead of their CV, I saw somebody that did recently, instead of CV, I saw the employment offer from another company that they used to apply for the job. And it was a mistake. It was not that the person was trying to send me their offer from another company. And these things happen a lot. So please let us pay attention to all of these things. Now I'm going to ask you guys this question as I round up. I want you to look at this CV. and tell me, would you say this CV is good? Anybody that thinks it's good, I just need one or two people, just confirm. Is this fine? So why is it not fine? Just one person. One person, just one person stand and speak. Eh? Quickly come out. Pass this side, just come to this side. Hurry up, please. The image. Okay, so because of the image, that's the only thing I think is wrong with this CV. Okay? What do you think is wrong with this CV? The formatting, excellent. Everything about this CV is wrong. Everything about it. The use of different colors, it just shows lack of coordination. The formatting is just all over the place. You know, this is not an ideal template. And even the image, if you're going to put a picture on your CV, please use a professional picture. If you don't know what a professional picture is, do not put a picture at all. I've seen all kinds of pictures of people's CVs. It is not mandatory. Is it good to have? Sure. Is it a must-have? No. So everything about this CV is wrong. This is like a good example of what your CV should not look like. There's many other examples, but because of time, I can't run through that. Now I'm going to show you another image. Okay? There are two different CVs there. So look at them and tell me, is this formatting good or not? One person. Anybody at this side? I've been getting lots of answers from there. Nobody here? Yes. So what is good about it? I can't hear you. You want to speak? You want to speak? Come on, hurry up, hurry up. There's no time. Well arranged. What else? And it is easy to comprehend. Fantastic. You can come and collect one. Fantastic. You understand? So these are things that we need to pay attention. So because of time, right? One house, because of time, I've been giving a notice. Because of time, I will just try to end there. But I really hope that you guys find this thing valuable. Please take everything we've told you seriously. We wish we had the privilege of being one house. So we really do hope that you take everything you've learned seriously. You know, from the session by my colleague up to this one. Whether or not the door to the company that you desire, be it Nestle or any other company, opens up to you, is highly determined by how well you present your CV, because your CV goes before you. So thank you very much, and I don't know if there's any questions.
My question is that, is it good or optional to add leadership experience you had in school to when building CV or resume?
Okay, I'm going to answer that question. One house, please. One house. So that's an excellent question that Mustafa just asked. Yes, it is good. Now, what does that do for you? It makes us know that, first of all, you had some sort of leadership experience, which is key. Because one thing you need to know about leadership experience is that it doesn't necessarily show, it's not necessarily about you showing that, oh, I know how to manage people or lead people. Because before you can lead people, it means that you can first lead yourself. It means that you can actually lead yourself. You can take ownership. You understand? You'll be somebody that will know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and when to seek help. And it also shows that you can work well with people. So yes, it's a fantastic thing to put on your CV. You have such experience. And even while you're in school, please take every opportunity to be involved in things that will put you in positions, to practice things that will be used in the real life by the time you're out of school. Fantastic question. So I'm going to take, there's a question that I was reading, I'm just going to read it out. Okay, so I'm going to read this question out. So the question is, for those of us interested in doing our internship training with Nestle companies, how should we go about it? Fantastic. So there are very simple things to do. First thing first, This QR code, scan it, follow the prompt and fill the relevant information. That's the first way. The first and fastest way. Another way to do it is that we have our company website called Nestle.com. It's our global website, meaning that when you upload anything there, if you give us access, you become visible globally by everybody that wants to. That not everybody. Give people that are allowed such information within Nestle globally. So if you go on our website, you create a profile, and then you stay up to date on out there. One of our flagship internship programs is called Nestlenship. And Nestlenship is such that it gives young graduates who are yet to get employment a chance to come and gain valuable experience within the corporate world while being paid something. We pay our interns, we don't intern, it's not for free. You understand? So it's a fantastic opportunity, but you need to stay connected to know when the opportunity comes up. So scan this, fill this information, go to our website, Nestle.com, create a profile there, and sign up to the newsletter so that when vacancies come up, and that includes our internship vacancies, you'll be aware. Also, one more thing you should do is, if you do not have a profile yet on LinkedIn, which is a professional network for professionals, you need to do that. Don't say I'm still in school, I have time for that. This is when you start. So when you go create a profile there, we also have our company page platform on that platform. You follow our page there as well and stay connected. You're checking the jobs page from time to time. You see opportunities that are available to you. But the first and fastest way is scan this QR code and fill the information. Thank you. My time is up, so thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's stand up. Everybody stand and remain standing. Stand up. That's a beautiful one. Let's put our hands together for the good lecture given to us by the representative of Nestle Nigeria PLC. Thank you very much. You now have your seats. Yeah, have your seats. We now round out the program. Firstly, we appreciate the distinguished members of the university management, ably represented by our amiable university librarian, Professor Fentola Nikel. If I did, let's put our hands together for her. You are not clapping. Also, the Director of Linkages and Partnership for National University, Professor J.S. Ashidi, for organizing this kind of program. Thank you very much. You are not clapping. Thank you very much. Also here we have the Director, Olubishodiko Guidance and Counseling, Professor Oyeti Shotoradesh. She's calling our place. We appreciate you. The Director of National University Business School, Professor B.M. Ilo. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And of course, the Dean Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences. Are you here, students of arts? You are not clapping. Clap as I introduce to you. I appreciate your Dean, Professor Musa Cholanke. You are not clapping for him. Thank you very much. Students of the Faculty of Science, are you here? Science students, are you here? Thank you very much. We appreciate your Dean who has been here since the inception of the program, Professor John Abidemilawi. Thank you very much. We equally appreciate the Director of Center for Continuing Education, Professor Jide Dasaolu is very much around. They are not clapping. Thank you very much. Of course, we equally have the Director of Sewage, Professor Adewale Mustafa Usman. They are not clapping. Thank you very much. And of course, our former head department of Zoology and Environmental Biology, now the Director General Nigerian Study, Professor O.O. Fakioye Fafilaba. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And of course, other distinguished personalities at the table, starting from my colleague from the Corporate Affairs Divisions, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Mr. Sadiq Ogbe and Mr. Ole Olaye. We appreciate you. Mr. Idu, we appreciate you. Let me only appreciate the Head Department of Chemical Sciences, our Iron Lady, Ms. Dr. Tokpe Oshobami. We appreciate you. Science students, are you here? Chemical science students, are you here? Okay, thank you very much. We really appreciate the presence of Dr. Titi Adesheton, the head Department of Microbiology. Are you here, science students? Thank you very much. We really appreciate the presence of them.
Good afternoon, everybody. Like our doctor has appreciated every one of us. I'm standing on behalf of the Vice Chancellor to thank you for coming out for this event. And I want to appreciate the Nestle because, you know, this is one of the social, corporate social responsibility, and we want to be seeing more of this. We hope that you will come again. And to the students that have been here, I know you have been able to pick one thing or the other. I have also picked my own. I know that most of these things, you cannot read them in books. If you come out for events like this, you'll be more knowledgeable and you'll know what you want out of life. And that is why I'm congratulating for those of you that have been here and you stay till the end. I know what you know today, you have been added to your knowledge, and nobody can take it away from you. That is what we call knowledge. When you have it, it will grow. Today, a plant has been, a tree has been planted in the university by Nestle, and we want to watch it grow. We want to appreciate it once again. And on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, we want to declare this event closed. Thank you very much.
Now, the representative for the University Management, the University Librarian, Professor Kaitolani Kewolifani, thank you very much. Also, I quickly appreciate the representative of Nestle Nigeria Limited here in our midst. We have the Country Human Resource Manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC, Mr. Shakir Lawal, who held the delegation to our university. Put your hands together for him. But again, we have Mr. Rashid Sowomi, the Quality Assurance Manager, Nestle Nigeria PLC. Clap for him, because our higher lady among them, Mrs. Rita Bado, is the Senior Talent Acquisition Partner. Clap for her. That's our lecturer. I hope you will be able to join us in the university sooner than later. Thank you very much. We currently have our Human Resource Service Specialist, Adewale Adeshita. You are not clapping. Then the talent specialists, these are the people you will meet in due course. In the next 1 or 2 years, you will bring this personality to your own advantage. Is that clear? Clap for them again in totality. Thank you very much. Once again, let me recognize the Director of Academic Planning, our Miss Professor N.A.A. Babarinde. We appreciate you. I will not forget that. Talking to you this afternoon is the Corporate Affairs Officer. I am Dr. Wale Balogun from Corporate Affairs. Thank you very much. On that note, I will now realize that we have the national